Recently, I've shared my top 10 Super Saiyan Goku figures of all time. You guys seem to really like that video, and with Vegeta getting the spotlight for his best figures of all time, I thought it was about time that we also go to Goku and talk about his best figures of all time. He's my favorite character, and some of the figures on this list are not only the best Gokus, but some of my favorite figures of all time, period. So make sure you train well, eat well, and sleep well as we dive into the top 10 best Goku figures ever. We do Dragon Ball figure reviews, news, and more here on the channel, so if you don't want to miss out on the hottest releases, make sure you subscribe. If you've been following this channel for some time now, then you've likely heard me or others talk about how the greatest Saiyan is one of the greatest Kuji sets of all time. It featured amazing mass release figures of Super Saiyan 4 characters, but the literal biggest and most expensive piece in the set is Golden Oozaru Goku. Sometimes I think we forget that this thing is Goku, but of course, this was the form that he took shortly before becoming Super Saiyan 4. Iwakura Keiji is behind this sculpt, and even though he can be quite polarizing for me at times, he truly excels whenever making Oozaru figures. The figure itself is made of vinyl, so holding it in your hands and seeing how light and hollow he is might be surprising, but that doesn't ultimately take away from just how amazing it looks. Everything about the piece is incredible, like its snarling face with meticulously crafted fangs and eyes to make him look as monstrous as possible. The figure has amazing texturing for the fur on his body, plus the musculature he has is insane. All of that is topped off with beautiful matte painting and shading to really make him pop. It's clearly a super unique figure for Goku from the form and size alone, but Iwakura's best is easily showcased in this Golden Oozaru piece. Goku single-handedly has the most Super Master Stars piece figures, and understandably so. He's the main character with many iconic forms and looks from the series that lend itself to the detailed style of SMSP beautifully. Case in point, the SMSP SSJ4 Goku. For the longest time, I used to think the Master Lee's GT SSJ4 Goku was the best of its kind, but after collecting all 4 versions of this magnificent piece, it's easy to see why he's the best. The figure is huge for a Goku figure, coming in at 14 inches tall. His wild hair has tons of texturing and line work to provide detail, and all of the ruffles of his fur are extraordinary. His pose feels extremely powerful with him charging and screaming. You can feel the intensity of it coming right off of the figure. The brush or 01 version is my favorite due to its more realistic colors and wonderfully applied shading throughout. No matter which version you pick, whether it's the 01, 02, 03, or 04, you just can't go wrong. He's the best GT SSJ4 Goku figure of all time, and a grail that needs to be included in any Dragon Ball collection. Whenever someone asks what the definitive base Goku is, the strong chains always comes to my mind. This figure had such a limited release when it came out, especially because the state of the world at the time that made importing just such a drag. But many of us made it work, and even though he's gotten more rare and expensive today, I still see many people choosing him as their definitive base Goku. Just look at him. Even though he's based on a Jump Force render, whoever sculpted him made sure to put the utmost care in his expression and appearance. His face has that gentle but determined look thanks to his slightly rounded eyes and well-crafted smirk. Goku's hair is perfected to capture the shape and textures we expect to see in a Master Lee's piece like this. His colors go for a more realistic and muted look rather than the more modern, saturated colors we usually see nowadays. His muscles bulge as he flexes and prepares to battle whoever his opponent is. Obviously, the figure reuses a majority of the Memories Kuji sculpt, but that should be a point of admiration for the piece since the sculpt was almost as amazing as this. He also fits into so many shelves, whether it's the Android Saga, Boo, or even a movie-themed shelf. He's incredible and will likely remain in my top 10 for as long as I collect. It's probably not too big of a surprise to see this guy here. He was my number 2 pick for my top 10 Super Saiyan Goku video, so it's almost a sure bet to see him in the overall top 10. I've gushed about him a lot in that video, but hey, I'm happy to do it again here. This figure was a special release within Omnibus Z as a commemorative Goku Day prize. That makes him special on its own, but the fact that they chose this look for Goku really emphasizes that fact. Goku during the Week of Peace before the Cell games wore casual clothes, which was a very strange look to see him in, but in the best way possible. He keeps that gentle expression from his base form while in Super Saiyan since he mastered the form during that time. Many love that whitish, fluffier hair that the piece has, along with that authentic looking 4-star Dragon Ball in his hand. There are just so many details to appreciate behind this piece that you could stare at it for hours while finding something new to appreciate. He's probably my favorite Goku Day specified piece and also the most unique Super Saiyan Goku figure there is. We have one more SMSP figure on this list, and it's probably my favorite of all time. The Goodbye Goku is beloved in the community due to its incredible likeness, detailed sculpt, and of course, a beloved reference to the final chapter of Dragon Ball. The original SMSP only had 4 versions that become more rare and expensive as time goes on, but last year we were blessed with the opportunity to get a new version that would prove to be the definitive one, the Daimatsuri version. They took everything you loved about the original and improved upon it. Goku's detailed sculpt is still intact, but now with some more realistic colors to mix in with the previously applied shading on it. Plus, even though it really didn't need any changes, they upgraded his face. While I think the Strong Chains base Goku is the definitive base Goku, this one is the best base Goku ever crafted. He's huge, beautiful, and will surely invoke plenty of emotions in hardcore Dragon Ball fans when you're looking at it. If you're looking for an emotionally significant Grail figure for your Dragon Ball collection, then this guy needs to be towards the top of your list of must-haves. Do you know how hard it was putting this figure at number 5 on this list? If you do know, you'll know that SSJ3 is my favorite form in all of Dragon Ball. What's not to love about it? It's visually striking with the user losing their eyebrows and gaining that legendary long hair. It's depicted as the ultimate form of power with a huge drawback of ki drain, so it's meant to finish a fight quickly. And who could not forget that nostalgic transformation sequence when Goku did it for the first time in Dragon Ball Z? This Masterlies quickly became my favorite SSJ3 figure of all time. Many would argue the Grandista is superior, and I've mentioned many times why I think that figure is overrated while this one is the real deal, so I won't repeat myself here. This figure is the dream package on the market right now. Meticulously crafted hair that's huge, wavy, and detailed is what you need on an SSJ3 figure. Goku's face is superb, having him look incredibly accurate to the manga and anime. While I do know the likely definitive SSJ3 Goku is coming in January, this one will still have its place as my preferred Goku to use from his fight with Kid Buu. And for you naysayers out there that believe Grandista is the better SSJ3, I encourage you to try and collect this guy. Many have done so after my recommendation and usually end up telling me that it really is true. He's currently the best Super Saiyan 3 Goku figure. Here's another figure you've seen on another list before. The best Super Saiyan Goku of all time obviously had to be here again. And yes, again, I'll be repeating myself slightly from that top 10 Super Saiyan Goku figure, which I still encourage you to go and watch after this video. Goku's epic battle against Majin Buu concluded with one of his most iconic moments, firing the Super Spirit Bomb. The figure perfectly captures his goodbye to Majin Buu as he hopes to fight him again one day as a good person, a wish we know eventually comes true. Goku's sculpt has tons tons of details like battle damage and scuffs all around it, beautifully saturated colors that are mixed with different uses of shading to make his gi and his hair pop, and I love those clear heels that make it look as though he's floating. His face is also extremely impressive, as if they pulled it right off the page of a manga. The fact that he can also pose directly with the Kid Buu from the same Kuji really makes it a nice piece to display in nearly every Buu Saga collection. What more can I say about this piece that I haven't already? I love him to death, and I think he's very much slept on. If I were you and you hadn't picked him up yet, I'd pick him up sooner rather than later. Dragon Ball Daima is one of the most polarizing Dragon Ball projects of all time. I see a majority of people dislike GT, a majority of people love Super, but it seems 50-50 for love and hate respectively behind Daima. I am in the party that loved the series for its beautiful animation, interesting world building, charming new characters, and of course, the reintroduction of Super Saiyan 4, now with a new design by Toriyama. There are some that are nostalgic for the original Super Saiyan 4 from GT, and while I still love that design, this version has become my second favorite Dragon Ball transformation of all time. I love how big and menacing Goku looks in this form. It reminds me a ton of how Kaio-Ken x3 or Super Saiyan Goku on Namek looked with their huge musculature. I feel like this version of SSJ4 really captures the monkey aesthetic and could really beat the crap out of any opponent he faces. His fight with Goma is something I could watch over and over again, much how I could gawk at this figure for hours and hours. The perfect sculpting makes it a sight to behold with his brushstrokes, textured fur, and well-sculpted hair. Goku's face has not a single blemish on it as he scowls towards his opponent, ready to defeat them. His shading is subtle, but you can really see and appreciate it in his hair, fur, and skin. He's also pretty big in size and volume for a Master Lee's Goku figure, which adds to that menacing aspect of the figure. Even if you're not a fan of Daima, or if you prefer the original SSJ4 from GT, you can't deny how incredible this figure looks. He's only gone up in desirability and price on the market, so I foresee this amazing piece being a future holy grail. This figure used to not only be my favorite Goku figure, but my favorite figure of all time. Times have changed, and so have my taste in figures, so while I obviously still love this piece, he's no longer my number one. He is, of course, my number two. The Master Lee's Extra line of figures started with the Extreme Saiyan set. Every figure in that set was so amazing that I still see many collectors begging Bandai to do another one just like it. This UI signed Goku is impeccable. His musculature is extremely detailed and emphasized since his shirt and gi have been torn apart from his battle with Jiren. While he doesn't have the crazy metallic hair from the mastered form, he does have a really cool subtle gloss to his black hair that makes it feel premium as its detailed sculpt swirls around from its power. Goku's face is crazy in its clean depiction here too. His eyes still have that iconic silver glow to them with a scowl that just means business. Goku's pose is extremely cool too. It reminds me a lot of the Tournament of Power preview images that tease this new form when it started with Goku looking back towards his opponent. The figure has tons of detailed battle damage on his pants with scratches and scuffs along his body. The shading is used expertly and not overdone in the slightest that really makes it pop. And of course, he's huge, being a Master Lee's Extra and coming in at 14 inches. He was meant to be an artistic piece that acts as a centerpiece on a display. He delivers in every single way and is truly the best UI Goku figure of all time and one of the greatest in my collection. Now, before we get to number one on this list, I'd like to share 7 honorable mentions here. They're in no particular order, but just barely missed the top 10 for one reason or another. Rest assured, I love them dearly regardless of that, and wanted to mention them here. Alright, now that we've taken care of that, it's time. Goku is my favorite character in the franchise. Here's a figure that means quite a bit to me and is, in my opinion, the greatest Goku figure of all time. If you've been following me since I started the collection videos on this channel in 2019, you'll know that at one point, I quit YouTube and collecting as a whole. I sold off my entire collection in 2022, thinking there would be no looking back. Obviously, I was wrong, but more importantly, there was one particular figure I decided to keep among all of my figures. It was this exact Kaio-Ken x3 Goku from the EX set, Super Decisive Battle of the World. Many speculated that Hiroyuki Nakazawa sculpted this masterpiece due to its incredible quality and accurate likeness to Goku from the manga and anime. We've never confirmed the sculptor behind this piece, but hopefully one day we do, so we recognize its creator. But where to begin with this masterpiece? I guess we could start with the incredible sculpt. Goku's bulging muscles are a sight to behold here. Every muscle fiber is highlighted to show how big Goku gets in this moment. He's got plenty of veins all over his body to show the strain and effort that he's going through. You can also see tons of brushstrokes all along the figure, and that really just makes him feel less like a 3D product, but more like a work of art. Goku's hair is magnificent too, with its perfect shape and reserved texturing to give it some depth. Goku's face is perfectly done as well. It has that rounded look from early Dragon Ball and Z for Goku, while still making it align with modern interpretations too. The figure also really sells the effort Goku gives when going ×3 during the Saiyan arc. I also love the pose that he's in, crouched down and ready to fly towards Vegeta to deliver some devastating blows. The final aspect of this figure that really sells it to me is his amazing paint and shading. He's covered from head to toe with matte painting and perfect colors to emulate the Kaio-Ken effect on him. But the shading used really looks fantastic on his skin to not only capture the Kaio-Ken aesthetic, but emphasize all of those details on him. On top of all of that, Goku is taken from one of his most iconic battles and moments of the entire franchise when fighting Vegeta. This figure doesn't need to be humongous or Goku's most powerful form or anything to be the best. It excels at everything it does, and no other figure comes close to matching its quality. His figure goes for a higher than average price on the market nowadays, but I still think he's well affordable and well worth that price that he goes for. I implore you to pick him up ASAP. He's already considered a grail, but get him before he hits those crazy grail prices. He's amazing and the best Goku figure of all time. But that is my top 10 Goku figures of all time. Guys, please let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. I would love to hear your top 10 Goku figures of all time, and please let me know which top 10 you want to see next. If you did enjoy this video and you made it this far, leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, join our Discord community via the link in the description below. That way you can get involved in the community and talk to other Dragon Ball enthusiasts and collectors that are just like you. And if you do want to go even further beyond and supporting the channel, consider becoming a YouTube member. That way you'll get to see videos like this early, among other perks down in the future. But I think that's all I got for you guys today. So till the next video, I'll see you all later.